When good things fall apart, a spiritual reordering of life. Sometimes good things fall apart, so better things can fall together, points to a quiet spiritual law that governs transformation. Life does not dismantle us without purpose. What appears as loss is often alignment in disguise. On the spiritual path, growth is rarely linear. Awakening often begins not with clarity but with collapse. The structures we once relied on, relationships, identities, beliefs, ambitions, may have been genuinely good. They supported us, taught us, and carried us through important seasons of life. But spirituality teaches that nothing remains static. When the soul expands, the container must either grow or break, and often it breaks. The falling apart of relationships. Consider a relationship that was once loving, supportive, and meaningful. Two people grow together, share dreams, and build a life. From the outside it looks good. From the inside something subtle begins to shift. One or both individuals start evolving, values change. Awareness deepens, needs become clearer. What once felt nourishing begins to feel constricting. Spiritually, this is not betrayal or failure. It is evolution. When the relationship falls apart, the pain is real, but so is the wisdom it carries. The dissolution creates space for deeper self-knowledge, emotional maturity, and discernment. Often after such endings, individuals form connections that are more conscious, relationships rooted in mutual growth rather than dependency, fear, or unconscious patterns. What fell apart was not love itself, but an outdated expression of it. What later falls together may be a relationship aligned with truth, freedom, and spiritual intimacy. The collapse of identity and ego roles. Another common spiritual example is the loss of identity. Someone may have built their sense of self around being successful, needed, strong, or the responsible one. These identities can be good. They motivate, protect, and provide meaning. But over time, they can become cages. A career collapse, burnout, or sudden life change may shatter this identity. Spiritually, this feels devastating because the ego believes it is dying. Yet this falling apart is often a sacred stripping. Without the role, the person is forced to confront a deeper question. Who am I without this label? Many spiritual awakenings occur here. When identity falls apart, essence can emerge. What falls together afterward is not a new role, but a deeper presence, one rooted in being rather than doing. Purpose becomes quieter but truer. Life becomes less performative and more authentic. The shattering of beliefs and worldviews. Spiritual growth also involves the collapse of beliefs. A person may grow up with a certain worldview about success, morality, spirituality, or how life should work. These beliefs may bring order and certainty, but eventually, life introduces contradictions, injustice, suffering, unanswered prayers, or experiences that don't fit the old framework. When beliefs fall apart, confusion and disillusionment follow. Spiritually, this stage is often called the dark night of the soul. Yet, it is precisely here that faith matures. Blind belief gives way to direct knowing. Second-hand truths dissolve, so first-hand wisdom can form. What falls together afterward is not certainty, but humility and depth. The person becomes less rigid, more compassionate, more open to mystery. Their spirituality shifts from doctrine to lived experience. The loss that awakens inner strength, loss of a loved one, health, or stability can also serve as a spiritual initiation. Nothing feels good about such loss, yet spirituality does not deny pain. It reveals its potential to awaken what lies beneath it. When external support disappears, inner strength often rises. People discover resilience, compassion, and presence they didn't know they possessed. They learn to sit with impermanence rather than fight it. Over time, what falls together is not the old life restored, but a deeper relationship with existence itself, a sense of groundedness that does not depend on circumstances. Why better takes time spiritually? Better things rarely appear immediately. Life allows the pieces to scatter first. This empty space is not a mistake. It is necessary. Without space, we simply replace one attachment with another. The pause teaches surrender, patience, and trust. Better things fall together only when we are no longer trying to force them. They arrive when we have been reshaped by the falling apart, when we are wiser, softer, and more aligned. A higher intelligence at work. This quote ultimately points to a higher intelligence moving through life. Not everything that feels good is aligned. Not everything that ends is wrong. From the spiritual lens, life is always guiding us toward greater wholeness, even when the path involves loss. What fell apart was real and meaningful. It served its purpose. What falls together later could not exist without that ending. And the one who emerges through this process is no longer the same, less attached, more aware, more free. In this way, falling apart is not the opposite of growth. It is the doorway to it. And when we trust this process, we begin to see that life has never been against us. It has been shaping us all along.